Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Back in my Minnie Mouse apron, that's what I call it. I'm here to show you how to make your own pumpkin puree so you don't have to buy that canned stuff. Not that the canned stuff isn't good for you, but you know me, I like to do my own things around here, and I also grew a ton of my own pumpkins out in my garden, and I'm going to make fresh pumpkin pies for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all sorts of pumpkin stuff. So I thought I'd share. A lot of people get it wrong on using fresh pumpkins, okay? So if you're interested, stay tuned. To make this pumpkin puree is a food processor or a blender. I suggest a food processor, an oven, cookie sheet, parchment, foil. If you're parchment or foil, I use parchment. If you're going to use foil, you're going to need some oil too. But I suggest parchment. I know for me, before I figured out how to do it right, that it was wrong. The way people make pumpkin puree, their own pumpkin puree. They boil the pumpkin, and then they wonder why their pumpkin in their pumpkin pie is so liquidy. It's because you added water. We gotta roast these pumpkins. Yes, we gotta roast them. There's tricks to it, and we're gonna get to it. The first thing you gotta do is have some pumpkins. You cannot use jack-o'-lanterns, okay? The big pumpkins you make for Halloween, do not use those. You have to use sugar pie pumpkins. Those small ones they're selling in the store, that's what it's for. Even the painted ones, but you gotta peel the paint off. So I'm not gonna show that because I don't use painted pumpkins, but if you painted your pumpkin and you bought a painted pumpkin, make sure you peel your pumpkin before you follow these directions. Cooking in my new oven. Yeah, in the summer, mine broke, my old generic oven. Now we got us a new KitchenAid, and I'm excited. First video with it. Yay. First thing you gotta do, set your oven to 400 degrees. Okay. You can also use Cinderella pumpkins. They're kind of pale orange, whitish pumpkins. That's what's in the pumpkin puree. Sorry, I already adjusted my tripod. That's what's in the pumpkin puree. It's actually a squash, not a pumpkin. If you didn't know that, when you're buying canned pumpkin, you're buying canned squash. I'm making pumpkin, real pumpkin, okay? Here's 2 pumpkins I'll be cooking for you today. I actually got about 8 more on my porch, and I got little tiny guys too, okay? I grew 2 different types of pumpkin. They're both pumpkin pie pumpkins. One's called a Connecticut field pumpkin, and one's called a New England sugar pie pumpkin. Okay, well, they cross-pollinated. So this is my own pumpkin. You know, when you grow things next to each other, these were the Connecticut field. They're supposed to get about 12 to 14 pounds. I'm looking about 8 on this. And then I'll go get it. I got really tiny ones too. This is a New England sugar pie pumpkin. Yeah, they get a little bigger in this, but you know, weird year. Anyways, Connecticut field, sugar pie pumpkin. They're both pie pumpkins. My point is, you need a pie pumpkin. Whether it's the Cinderella pumpkin or the squash, or, you know, a sugar pie pumpkin. They sell those in the store. You know, they're usually about this big and a little darker orange, okay, in the store. You need one of those. Do not make pumpkin pie with a big old jack-o'-lantern. I mean, you could do it if you like stringy, tasteless pumpkin. Just saying. Okay, first thing you gotta do, wash your pumpkin. I'm gonna do 2. I think I can fit 2 on a cookie sheet. Not centered. Okay, wash dry your pumpkins. Also, make roasted pumpkin seeds. Next, line a cookie sheet with parchment paper or foil. foil. If you do foil, you're going to have to grease it, okay? But line one with parchment, highly recommended. Pumpkins have sugar in them, natural sugar, but they got sugar, okay? Set aside. First thing, turn your pumpkin on its side, cut the top off. These have been outside, they're really cold. So you know I'm going in with a steak knife, serrate it a little bit, and just working it in. Point is, we're getting this top off. Figured I'd video record it so you can see the struggle. I don't even know what it looks like inside. This might be a flop. No, it's probably good. Don't worry about having a big opening for scooping it out. I'll show you why in a sec. Once I get this sucker's top off. It's when my husband would have came in handy. He could have put that butcher knife through it, no problem, and chopped it right off, but I can't. This little steak knife worked way better. Wiggle it back and forth. There we go. We're through. Pull your top off. Oh, look at all this seeds. Do not throw your seeds away. Do not. I'm putting all of that in the bowl. That is not being cooked. That is not part of the puree. All these guts are not part of the puree. Save your seeds, keto. Make roasted pumpkin seeds. Now we're coming in with a big knife and just cut it in half. Yeah, easier than said than done. Maybe on one side, like that. Oh, it looks beautiful. And then the other side. Remember, this is a Connecticut pumpkin. But it's cross-pollinated with a sugar pie pumpkin. I also crossed a pumpkin and a zucchini and made a zumpkin. It's still green, but it's starting to get orange. I'm shocked. I thought it was going to stay green. I did my own little experiment and made a new species. Zumpkins. It's because the zucchini had a female flower on it and no males. So I took a male pumpkin flower and pollinated it, and now it's a zumpkin. Okay, now we're just going to scoop all this out into the bowl so we can get the seeds out later. Okay, I'll come back when I got it all scooped out. Do that with your pumpkins. Take the top off, split it in half. Don't worry about the bottom. See my inside? See all these strings? Scrape those out too. Get a nice clean inside here. Just like when you're scraping one out to make a jack-o'-lantern. Okay, that is clean enough. Okay? Little bit of string, where is it? Right here, but that's okay. Put it face down for now on your cookie sheet. Okay? Just so you know how I'm scraping it out, spoon, and not dropping it, and just scraping at it. Okay? That's it. Just get all that stringy stuff out you can. If a little bit's remaining, it doesn't matter. Okay? Okay. So here's 3 pumpkins. I got 2 of the big ones and 1 little small one that can fit on here. You want some air space on your cookie sheet. Okay, don't have them touching because we're going to roast this, right? And now stab some holes in it. Just 1 or 2 or 3. Take your aggressions out. Already did it, but I was filming, so there you go. You don't have to stab it. I tend to want to because I want the steam to come out too. It's all about roasting and drying it. That's why you don't boil, people. Don't boil. There's a lot of videos out there having you boil, but I'm telling you, you're going to hate it, in my opinion. All my pumpkin guts in here. I could have done seeds as I go, but you know, I'm filming. I'm going to pick every single seed out of here and roast them up on 350 degrees with some olive oil or avocado oil and some Johnny's seasoning salt. And that's my favorite pumpkin seed recipe. Yum, yum. Look at hubby. Sneaky. Right there. Now all you got to do is take your pumpkins, put it in your oven. Remember, preheated 400 degree oven. Okay? Oh, I just love this new oven. It's blue inside. We're going to roast these anywhere from 35 to 40 minutes or to an hour until they're really, really soft. And I'll show you what that looks like when they're done. I'm going to first set the timer because I don't know how this one cooks on pumpkins yet for 35 minutes. Oh, yeah, timer. There we go. And I'll check it then, and I'll let you know how soft it should be. It needs to be really, really soft, okay? Right now, I know they're not, but for video purposes, get you a fork, stick it in. You see that? A little soft, but not soft enough. See that? Not soft enough. I'm going for another 20 minutes, so that's 55 minutes so far. Bring them out now. Let's check it out. Yes, yes. There's a lot of juice and liquid on here. That's why I say you got to cover your sheet. You know, got to cover it. So let me feel this. That's really soft. Let me bring you even further down so you can see this. Yeah, I think they're done. Definitely this one looks really done. This is what they look like. This one, let me double check her. Look at that, yum. Yeah, that's really soft. You see how there's no resistance at all, okay? It's just gonna do that. Okay, that's what you're looking for. All right. Okay. Now, let them cool so you can touch them. Don't touch them right now. Liquid sugar will burn the hell out of you. And pumpkins have sugar, okay? Let them cool to where they're touchable so we can peel that skin off. So actually, I changed my mind. These two front pumpkins don't look like this, right? And that's what I'm looking for. The skin being bubbled up. It's going to make it extremely hard. Sorry, getting another cookie sheet. Extremely hard to peel these. So, I'm going to go ahead and bake those another 10 minutes. Okay? I'm just going to take them off the sheet here. And put it on another sheet. They were bigger than the others. But this is what you're looking for. This bubble up skin. See this? That's what you need. I mean, I could scrape it out and it would have been just fine. But I want to show you the real way to do it. Bake it till it looks like these. Right here, this bubbly skin. Looks like bubbles. Okay? So these are going in the oven another 10 minutes. Close-up view of that skin. You see that wrinkly bubbly? Wrinkly bubbly? Glistening. That's the sugar leaking out. I didn't use any oils, nothing. Just pumpkin parchment. Okay? That and a little brown on there. That's what you want your pumpkins to be looking like. Okay? Also, they're so soft, I can stick my fingernail right through it. Okay? Right through it. Yeah. Yes, that's what you want. Roasted pumpkin. See this? That's why we need it that way. We're going to peel the skin off. Still too hot to touch. Trust me, let it cool. It could still be warm, but not hot. Now that one's done. You see all that juice coming out? That's sugar pumpkin juice. Yum. But now this is done. Okay? Much better. Oh yeah, much more soft. See that bubbly skin? Yes. That's what you want. Now you really see it's been out of the oven only a minute or two. And it's really starting to wrinkle up on you. And there's juice cooked out here. Yes, I'm glad I went for, actually had to do another 15 minutes on this one. So it depends on the size of your pumpkin and your oven, how long it's going to be. But make it look like this, okay? It could be brown on the outside, but the point is, you hear that? It's wrinkly, and the skin's going to peel off for you. There we go. Close up to that. Wrinkly skin. See that? You can see where I poked it with a fork. Juice coming out. That's good stuff. Sweet. Okay, it's cool enough where I can touch it. Still warm. So now what we're going to do is peel skin off. See that? That's why we need it bubbly. You just start peeling your skin off. Skin could go in the compost if you didn't use oil. Okay? If you used oil, you can't compost that. Or to the trash. But we're not going to eat it. That's what it looks like on the inside. Here. I'm just... Babe, quit with the... My baby Sophie just got a new toy, my dog. And that's the squeaking in the background on my video. Honey. She's having a blast. Her favorite thing. Squeaky balls. Oh, yes. So, see this? We're just getting all the skin off. It's a messy job. It's a messy job. Alright. I'm going to get this one completely peeled, and then I'll come back. This little pumpkin probably got a little overcooked. You see, I'm having a problem peeling that skin off. There's another way to do it. Take a spoon, scrape it out. Drop it into your food processor. I'll show you in a second. You don't always have to peel, you can scrape. Okay? Skin got really funky. That's the puree I scraped out of the little guys. That's the pumpkin I just de-skinned. Okay? And those over there, and their skin, are still cooling. Okay, here's my peeled pumpkin. I'm sorry if you hear squeaky in the background. My puppy is squeaking it herself, not my hubby. Okay? Skin on it. Just cut the bottom off. The stem end, you know, this end right here. Don't want to use that, but you can cut the puree off of that. Slowly. Get your breakfast. Daddy put a foot down for you. Okay. That's not going to happen. Sorry. Hope it doesn't annoy you. But my puppy's having fun. So now we're going to just cut this in chunks. Okay. Just chunk it up. And feels a little, no, sorry. Just making sure I don't have any tough areas, because it won't puree up. So chunk up all your pumpkin, and I'll show you what to do next. Get your food processor or blender. I suggest a food processor, but I'm sure it will work in a blender too. But you might have to add water to it, and I don't want to do that. Okay? So I'm just putting chunks in there. I'm going to put half. Sorry. Stop it. I'm going to put half. She stopped. I'm going to put half the pumpkin in the food processor. That way we can get this going. our lid on. I'm going to first start pulsing it. Make sure your thing's on here. Made that mistake before. Okay, pausing because it's really loud. But now, while it's running, I'm going to put it, it's going to be loud. You're going to add chunks in while it's running. Or you can open it up and put it in there too. But you see this? Puree. Okay? Nice puree. And that's basically it. I'm going to add a little salt in here because I never season the pumpkins. Right? I like to do it as it's pureeing, but for video's sake, I'm going to do it this way. Don't overload your food processor. Start small, work your way up. Pour some in a bowl, put more pumpkin in there if you need to, if you have a smaller one. I just have a Hamilton Beach old food processor here. I also have a Ninja, but I have literally never used a food processor on that. I will when this one goes bad, because I like this one. I like it. All right, we're gonna puree this up. Let me check this out. It's a lot in here. I'm gonna grab a spoon and look for chunks. We're looking for baby food consistency. Here, a little thicker, right? So, also feeling for chunks. No, perfect, perfect. That's what you want. Just want to show you real quick. Here's the second pumpkin, which remember was more orange than the other one. Okay? Difference in color. Alright. Still good. Just want to show you. That's that second pumpkin in there. Okay? Now I'm going to mix it in. You can see the different oranges in there. But now we got even more orange pumpkin puree. Also the can, some cans don't use dyes, but they use that Cinderella pumpkin, and that is deep, 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 deep orange. Okay, which is actually a squash, not a pumpkin. Alright, just to clarify, but there it is. Pumpkin puree. Yes. You see that? Nice and thick, not watery. Yours is watery. You didn't cook it long enough. Okay? Make sure you cook it long enough. It should not have water in it. Like be liquidy is what I mean. And don't add water to make the puree. Otherwise, you'll have a watery pumpkin pie. Watery pumpkin pie. All right. Oh, I did want to add a pinch of salt in here. Or two. Where'd it go? Doesn't need a lot, because when you make the whatever you make with it, you'll add it. I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon for all of this. And this is like almost 8 cups of pumpkin puree right here. Okay? Salt just brings out the sweetness in things. That's the only reason I'm adding it. Now I'm going to stir it in. Okay? I'm looking for chunks, and I found one. Right there. Get rid of it. I think I only had one chunk. Alright, what am I going to do with it? One, I'm going to make pumpkin pies out of it. Most pumpkin pie recipes calls for 1 can of pumpkin, which is about 14.5 ounces. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I'm going to make one pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving, because it's only going to be me and my hubby, unfortunately, this year. And then the rest, I'm going to vacuum seal and freeze. And I'll do a couple of 14.5-ounce servings in the freezer so I can make more pumpkin things, okay, for the holidays and Christmas. And then whatever I got left, because mind you, I got a ton of pumpkins to do. I'm not doing them all today. Whatever I got left, I'm going to dehydrate, okay, and it's going to become pumpkin powder. And you can just add hot water to that to make your pumpkin pie. Yes, good. Let me know if you want a video on how to dehydrate pumpkin. I'd be glad to do one. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment below, and hit that bell so you're first notified when I post. I do all things keto here, organic gardening sometimes, not a lot, and cooking. All right, you don't have to be keto to eat pumpkin. All right, I hope you enjoyed. Bye.